Hey, so this is ride number 2. We're going to start off at the Mormon Temple. I'm trying to go from the beginning of the canal all the way to the end of the canal. So in the previous video on my launch of this channel, on that video shilling this channel, you would have noticed the ride going to the edge of the city that I'm riding in. Here I am taking the route to get to that particular canal, and I am using it to go the other direction. So that's what I'm doing here, and I am going through a pretty posh neighborhood, and then I'm going to hit the back ways. All this used to be farmland when I was a child. Not this particular area, but one very close to it. I used to go jackrabbit hunting. Never really caught the jackrabbits, but I did do a lot of running with the jackrabbits. There were coyotes through here. There's falcons and hawks. It's a very beautiful spot, as you can tell by that tire. None of these houses were here when I was a child. This was all farmland. And then before that, this was mostly mesquite and cactus. You will see a lot of palm trees eventually, and you'll see oak, but those are not native to this area. The sunflowers, I don't know if they're native or not. This particular canal is, it used to be really deep. It actually used to be for irrigation. There are no natural waterways around here. Okay, so now as you can see, we are heading into the sunset. I thought this was absolutely beautiful as I was riding. My riding buddy didn't come out this particular time, but I believe there will be other routes that he will be riding with, as well as another partner of mine might also come out to come ride. And of course, if my wife decides to join me on one of these, you'll see her as well. This is me just enjoying the sunset. Here's me trying to be creative. Hope it doesn't seem too lame. Yeah, so. And that is a shirt my dad got me after he went to New York. This is me riding back. As you can see, there are trees coming from the bottom canal. So the canal actually used to go up a little higher, and the waterway used to be much more filled. There was a move to get rid of all these waterways as our city has become more modernized. But we petitioned, and I'm one of the people who did protest to keep these waterways open, as these canals are older than the state of Texas. So for now, at least for the last few years, they've kept them open even though there's nothing for them to irrigate. There's a lot of wildlife that lives in there: turtles, water snakes, birds that are very particular and peculiar to this area. Let's see. And now this is me riding back. I'm going to take a nice peek into the Resaca, or the ditch. All right, here we go. You will hear me say a lot of Hispanic names or Tex-Mex names for the things that we're looking at. That's just the way it is. For instance, there's a thing called a mill fly that I might talk about at some point. And apparently that's a term we only use down here. Okay, so this is me turning back around. I'm heading back. If you're wondering why I'm not using free music and why I'm using a voiceover, it's because I don't know how to attach free music on here yet. But hopefully we'll get to music instead of my voice at some point. I hope this was enjoyable, and I'll see you all on the next ride. And here's me coming in to where I took off from.